Hello and welcome to this special programme, Tackling Climate Change. We are joined by Antonio Guterres, the Secretary-General of the United Nations. This is an opportunity for you, the BBC's global audience, to put your questions to the man at the top of the world's most important international institution. And it is a crucial time. In less than 2 weeks, the latest UN climate conference will begin in Egypt. These summits are the best hope the world has to come together to tackle climate change. But we've got a brutal war in Europe and millions of people are threatened by famine worldwide as food prices go through the roof. Mr. Guterres, thank you very much indeed for agreeing to take part in this programme.
To be here.
You've often said that your top priority as Secretary-General is tackling climate change. So let me ask you this, given all the other global issues you have to contend with, is climate change still at the top of your to-do list, and if so, why?
Of course. I mean, we have dramatic situations in the Ukraine, but this is the crisis of this moment. But climate change is the crisis of our lifetime, is the defining issue of today's world. So climate change remains a central priority in everything we do, and climate change must be a central priority for all governments, all companies, all cities, the civil society, everywhere. If we are not able to reverse the present trend that is leading to a catastrophe in the world, we will be doomed. And so this must be, for all of us, an absolute priority.
Do you think the governments of the world recognise that?
Not necessarily all of them at the present moment. It's very unfortunate that in many governments, the pressure of the difficulties of the moment, and I recognize those difficulties. You have inflation, you have the consequences of the war, you have high prices of energy and food, you have then social unrest linked to that. So there has been indeed a tendency to put climate change in the back burner, and that is why it is so important to strongly advocate to bring back climate change to the center of the international debate and to the center of the priorities of every political entity in the world.
So you would say that is the agenda for COP27, the summit in Egypt, is to bring that focus to the issue and get governments engaging?
COP27, the G20 meeting in Bali, all other important gatherings, the General Assembly we had a few weeks ago. It is absolutely essential to revert the present trend. We are leading to a catastrophic situation. The report that was published today shows that even taking into account the national determined contributions, which means the commitments made by governments all over the world, even taken into account those commitments as being met, we will still have an increase of temperatures of about 2.5 degrees.
2.5 degrees. Mr. Guterres, thank you very much.
And this means catastrophe.
Catastrophe, OK. Mr. Guterres, thank you very much indeed. So there you had it. You've heard how important tackling climate change is. World leaders will be gathering, as we said, in Egypt for the 27th UN Climate Summit in less than 2 weeks' time. So how do these UN climate conferences work? And why has progress on the climate issue been so achingly slow? The world has been hit by terrible droughts,